Alright, now we're just doxing PNG tubers for no reason. Now you may be thinking, hey Salty, what the hell are you talking about? What bath salts are you off of right now? Where you're telling me that PNG tubers are getting doxed? Well, first of all, you've probably seen my previous video, and if you haven't, watch it, and then come back to this one, obviously, because you're gonna watch both videos. But recently, multiple of the PNG tubers who have gotten into dramas have allegedly been doxed. I know for a fact Jellybean did get doxed with their personal information. Allegedly, Red Velvety, Frostfox, and many others have fallen victim to this group of people that are just going out for every single PNG tuber. Now, it recently happened to one that wasn't the best PNG tuber. I don't support doxing in any way. I don't support harassment, and that's going to be the disclaimer for this video. Do not attack or harass anyone mentioned, even the people that doxed and even the people that were getting doxed. That's just a horrible thing to do. And if you do it, you're just probably a massive loser who doesn't get off his computer. And second of all, yes, I see you through that camera. You are going to subscribe. It's not a request, it's a demand. So go down and click the subscribe button with post notifications on. It would really help out the channel a lot, and it would definitely mean a lot. Channel's going pretty quick at this rate, so I'd like to thank you guys so much. 4K, baby! I gotta chill out. But essentially, if you do not know who MeowBahh is an essentially very controversial PNG tuber who is believed to be a troll. Despite that factor, it doesn't make what they're saying any good. I'll play a clip now.
Hi, viewers, chat! In Meow's last video, Meow said if Meow can get 10k meowing Meow followers, then Meow will open Meow's own MeowBahh Discord server. On the life, have you considered getting bitches and going outside? Have you considered killing yourself? Wait, send me your message, stupid retard. I have sent you friend request, now get the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. It's not even a funny troll. It's not a good troll. It's just harmful rhetoric being used in every one of these instances. That's not funny. That's just gross, even if it is a troll. But overall, it's pretty disgusting stuff. They recently got exposed for that by DOXXED. Finally found out how to pronounce it, Data. You go. But essentially, you may be thinking, well, what does MeowBahh have to do with anything? And if you don't know what MeowBahh did, even though I just went into a brief summary, you can go check out my last video on it. But essentially, MeowBahh has recently fallen victim to this doxing. How I originally found out was about like 2 or more comments. One of them was joking, actually saying their real full name. The other one was like that MeowBahh got doxed, just explicitly stating that. So I was like, hey, why don't I check this out for myself? As you know, I think they're joking with this one. There's no way that this drama has happened for a day or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, maybe even a week at most, and there's already a dox been made on this person. There's no possible way. Oh boy, was I wrong. As you can see here, there's a clear dox been made here, and it's honestly just not something that I would support, or I think anyone with a sane brain that doesn't think, oh, PNG tuber bad, would think. Now in this instance, it's a little hard to describe how I feel about this situation, as this person has been using racist, homophobic, and overall ableist even rhetoric in all of the things that have been leaked about them, which is almost indefensible. But when it comes to doxing, I don't think anyone really deserves it. What they're doing is horribly, and I mean horribly, disgusting, and it's not funny even if it is satire or a troll, but I don't believe they deserve to be doxed over it. I've said this with Jellybean. Jellybean's situation was a lot less severe, as they didn't do anything wrong. Well, obviously it was more severe. There were like millions of people hating on Jellybean, so they were actually in severe danger. On the other hand, MeowBahh's a bit of a smaller creator, and this dox is a bit of a smaller dox bin, but what they did was pretty severe. Therefore, they could be punished more harshly, for lack of a better term. Essentially, in this screenshot, it's a Discord DM of MeowBahh showing their face. Obviously, I'm not going to show the face. It's blurred for the sake of this video and their privacy. But I just don't get the point of leaking people's faces over the internet. It's just not something that I believe anyone appreciates. And I also want to know how this person got by getting this image. Did they go through a bunch of friends of a friends of a friends of MeowBahh or something? Therefore, I don't think it'd be illegal. Despite it being private DMs, you still post it to that person. That person can share it with whoever they want. It's a scummy thing, it's an immoral thing, but I don't believe it's entirely illegal. But the actual personal information itself, that could be very well. But with the personal information, I don't really know about it entirely. They could have went about it illegally, but I don't entirely know if they did. But this has everything. It's a description of their character, their IP address / addresses, their location, their socials, their usernames, and then even a picture of their face. This is an all-out dox. I don't know what to really say about it, aside from the fact that it's really gross. Like I stated in my Jellybean video, this one is a lot more deserved per se, but I don't encourage it, if you understand what I sort of mean. Obviously, this is by no means deserved, because no one deserves to get doxed, no matter what they've done. Well, There is a certain line to be crossed, but this is not it. But with the jellybean situation, they literally did nothing wrong. They literally and actually entirely did nothing wrong that could warrant a dox in any which way. For this situation, like I said, it was a bit different. These people were using racist, homophobic, and ableist rhetoric in conversations with people, telling people to kill themselves and off themselves. It's just, it's not a good thing to do, but it doesn't warrant a dox. Maybe being like a zoophile or a p-word or breaking some format of a law or something so immoral and disgusting that it warrants this dox. I mean, we saw that with the hypnotist Staffo situation. I would have updated on that situation, but it was much too late for that. Essentially, hypnotist Staffo, I believe, this is only allegedly, had gotten doxed, but that's a side tangent in a video for another day, depending on what they decide to do with their social platforms. But back to our MeowBahh situation. Now, I don't need to say on what 9 levels of scummy this is, but I don't think neither party is really in the right. I mean, MeowBahh didn't threaten lives with what they said, but what they said was like rooted deep in each of the, groups of peoples, cultures, and nationalities, and even disabilities. But it wasn't directly harming someone's life or possibly opening up opening up like a window to them being harmed. These people have no concept of morality, so if someone does something mildly bad that they sort of don't like, then they will just go to the extreme with something that they know how to do, AE doxing. However, that doesn't go without saying that what MeowBahh did and what MeowBahh has said is so immoral and disgusting that it could even rival the level of being doxed. Then again, one of them is a crime and one of them is like barely a crime in some places. It's just like hate speech, which I don't even know how that law works, to be 100% honest with you, especially when it's over online. If someone would like to explain that in the comment section to me, you are free to go ahead and do so. And the more education, the better on the situation, if I'm going to be 100% honest, as there's no real way to identify what is in the wrong here. It's just extremely confusing and disturbing and frustrating to go through a situation like this because there's not a real definitive side to pick. You sort of just have to give your subjective view on it, which is everyone sucks and no one's good, except for Salty, obviously. That guy is so cool. I also want to preface this before I get into the latter part of this video where I sort of cap it off with my usual finishing. For those wondering why I'm making so many PNG tubers videos right now, it's because Exhibit A, views. But in all reality, I'm making these videos because, first of all, I want to, because I'm sort of passionate about the subject, and I have a bit of more of a different opinion than some other content creators. Some of them are wishy-washy, like, oh, I don't like her content, but, I don't support things that happen to her. Some of them are full-blown supporting everything that happens to her. And in my case, I'm defending every one of these PNG tubers on almost every front in every situation, obviously excluding this one. But I feel like they're just being made fun of for nothing, which is literally like the dead definition of bullying. And I don't want to cry and be like, oh, you're bullying them. But if I'm going to be 100% honest, it's just unneeded harassment thrown towards creators. Again, definitely not in this situation. That's pretty obvious. This person is not a good person. And if you don't know who I'm talking about the two of them. The one who doxed MeowBahh and MeowBahh themselves. Multiple people were telling me that Jellybean had brought this among themselves. They knew when they made cringe content that they were going to get doxed. I thought that was a silly argument because that has never been punishable. Do you see like kids channels like Troom Troom or like Coco Melon getting doxxed for like, aside from the fact that they make cringe content for kids? It's essentially the same thing. They're just making cringe content. It does not warrant a dox. Do you believe that everyone who makes child demographic sort of videos deserves to be doxed? Therefore, everyone should be doxxed. Therefore, everyone who has ever made a child-friendly video, at least in YouTube standards, or these people that watch YouTube standards, should be doxxed, should be made Rule 34 of them, and should have millions of people hating them because that sounds like the correct opinion. Like, you guys are so silly and pathetic, it's not even funny. And also, if you don't like the content, just don't watch it. All these people making little meme edits on TikTok like, oh, who's better, Markiplier or Jellybean? And then they list off all the things that Markiplier is better at. If you don't like the content, just stop watching it. And I hate that argument. I hate that argument. I don't like using it. But in this situation, it fits so perfectly that I just have to use it. I just don't understand what people don't understand about the fact that this is made for a child demographic. Jellybean themselves have admitted on multiple occasions that their content is made for a child set demographic, but people cannot seem to comprehend the fact that that is reality. But I've had enough ranting. This has turned to a Jellybean conversation for the past 3 minutes, but it was sort of a whole general rant on PNG tubers. But if you stuck through this far in the video, you might as well just subscribe because you've watched so much. Go watch another video that should be up on the screen right now because I just think I make really good videos and I think you'd enjoy to give it a watch. Go follow my Twitter, link in the description, and go follow my stills and PFP artists because they're just amazing. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and that's about it. Bye.